Welcome to the Chronicles of Gamers, episode 41, folks. 41, we're back. How you doing? This is a podcast where we love to express our love-hate relationship with video games. I am, of course, your host, GDC. See, look at that right there. And then, of course, I got I got Gamer Composer because I can't remember his catchphrase. And then I also have up top, Lauren.
Hello.
Lauren, did you think of a nickname at all?
I did.
What is it?
Brioche.
Brioche?
Because I love brioche bread. Yes.
Yo, Brioche. That's your official name. I'm not even playing. It is Brioche. We got Brioche here. And of course, this is episode 41. We're back. How you guys doing? I know you missed us. We had a few messages. We're here. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. We did not shut down. I don't know why everyone assumes that. Even when I was still making posts, but we're here. So, how's everyone doing today? This beautiful, crappy Sunday. Sunday morning or Saturday, whichever day.
So, I was about to say, are you one day ahead?
Am I? Yeah.
Strokes beard.
So, how's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Laura? Brio?
I'm okay. Just I just woke up like an hour ago, so I'm still like collecting myself.
I'm sorry. See what happened was it's like the time difference and the Matrix, and I'm getting ready for daylight savings time.
Oh, you mean like daylight losings? So we lose an hour.
Yeah, less sleep for me. Yeah. But I know you guys want to talk about GDC and stuff, so I'm going to go straight into all about the hype, where we like to talk about any industry news, any video game news, any industry topics that we were super excited about, and we want to share it to you because it's all about the hype. Hype. Who wants to go first? Hype.
Let Lauren go first.
Lauren?
Oh.
Okay.
I was about to say, like, because Chase, this was your fourth year going?
Yeah, so that's why it's going to be a little bit less than yours. I just have some brief points and stuff, but you probably have a lot more to talk about. So since it was your first, I'll let you go first.
Oh, it's your first? Oh, snap.
So the first thing I'll talk about is a game called Robo Recall, which has been released on the Oculus Rift. So it's, of course, a virtual reality game. And you play as... Actually, I'm not entirely sure if you play as a robot or as a human, but basically you're going out to destroy these robots that have gone rogue. Hence the name Robo Recall. So the super neat thing about this game, there's actually a lot of cool things about this game. It's amazing. So the graphics are amazing. They're really smooth, really slick. The gameplay though, oh my gosh. Okay, so the gameplay makes you feel like a badass. Like it's so great. So you have two handguns by your side, and to reload you actually let me explain the Oculus Rift controllers first. So there are triggers here and then there are triggers here. So in order
Are you playing on a controller or?
Yes, you're playing on controllers. So, but for this game, there are only two sensors, so you need a face for the entire time. You can turn a little bit, but it's not like the Vive where you can actually move in room space.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the controllers, in order to pick up an item, you use this trigger. So it's very intuitive. You pick it up, and then to shoot, if you pick up a gun, to shoot, you pull the trigger on your index finger. Yeah. So you have two pistols by your hips, and then you can, whenever you want to reload, you just pick it up and then you shoot.
So you
and
go
then later through. Yeah. Okay. So it's as if you're actually picking up a pistol. So it automatically gives you new pistols. Like once you run out of ammo with the one in your hand, you drop it, pick up a new one from your holster, and then you continue shooting. It's so cool. And then later on throughout, I played the demo version. So after a certain point in the demo, they tell you that you get new weaponry, and it's these shotguns that you get in your back. So now you have guns by your hips, and then you have guns by your shoulders, so you can go, and then you
Tomb
can
Raider.
obviously you can dual wield, so you can have like a shotgun in one hand, a pistol in another hand. And so another great thing about this game is so the enemy robots are shooting bullets at you, right? And some of the bullets they come a little slower. You can actually pick them from the air, throw them back at the robot. It's so
Neo?
cool.
I'm Neo? I'm freaking Neo.
It's so cool. And you can also, like, say one of the enemy robots has a gun that you want, just go up to them, rip off their arm. You can, like, beat them with their own arm, too. But yeah, it's a great game. It's amazing. There's so many great things you can do in it. And the way you move around in the game, it's a little, at least for me, because I don't really get motion sickness necessarily, but I can kind of get lost sometimes with teleporting systems. So in this particular game, you teleport, but it has a really neat system where you point to where you want to teleport, and then you point in a circle which way you want to face. So you kind of have to know beforehand, like, oh, okay, I'm going to teleport here, but I'm going to be facing to the right when I get there. So for me, it was a little disorientating, but otherwise, I think the system is still good. It's just, for someone like me, my sense of direction is not the best. So, but otherwise, Robo Recall, wonderful game. It is free on the Oculus Rift right now. And I believe they like sent out the coding as well for free, so that way people can make their own mods and whatnot. So, excellent game, Robo Recall.
Do I need to get an Oculus Rift?
Dude, I was like, I can just like set up in my room and play Robo Recall all day.
So you told me I can just grab bullets and just rip robots' arms off and just run around whacking people with shotguns.
It's great. It's a great game.
All right. What else?
So
did you
sorry
do?
I missed that one.
Oh.
So I'm so sorry I missed that one.
Oh yeah, the line for it was pretty. It was kind of long at points, but if you got in there like right as the convention opened, then you can like get to the front. So, but
GDC. Yeah. What else did you do?
Oh my god. Okay, so I played another game called Gang Beasts with Chase. This is one of the greatest. I know I'm probably gonna say like every game is great because I love a lot of games.
But that's good. That's good. That's good.
So Gang Beasts, I actually played it a few years back with another friend on the PC, and I had no idea that it was also on the PlayStation, and I think it's also on the Xbox. So since I played it on the PC, they cleaned up the graphics a lot, and it's a little bit more on the simple side, sort of, because it's not just, well, it's pretty much just ragdolls fighting, or excuse me, models with ragdoll physics that are fighting. But what makes the game is it's super funny, because when you're punching people, you're like swinging your armor. You know, it's not like Street Fighter where you have like combos and stuff and whatever, but you can either play, I think, like 2 versus 2, 3 versus, or excuse me, not 2 versus 2, like 1 versus 1, or 3 people, or 4 people. It's a multiplayer game, and you all play with the same screen.
Smash Brothers?
So, sort of, but instead of like a sort of a platformer view, it's like a 3D, so you can like walk around, and it's like not exactly a bird's eye view, but like an angled view. I'm not sure what the proper term for it is. But basically, okay, so Gang Beasts, first of all, the characters, they're so funny looking. Like, some of them wear like a dinosaur onesie. And then another one, I saw a gameplay the other day. There was one where the dude's hair was like just flopping around while like he's jumping around. And then there's this great thing you can do. Your character can like go like this and like walk around. So you can be like, yo, what up? Like, fight me or whatever, right? You can like grab people, and then like I said before, like when you punch, you kind of like do this weird like whacking Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. So when Chase and I were playing, usually it takes me a little while to get used to the controls and whatnot. So maybe the first few minutes, I have no idea what I'm doing. Chase like grabbed my character and he was just like dragging me around. I was like, Chase, stop.
Oh.
But eventually I started punching him back and showing him the business.
So who won between you two?
It was a draw.
It was a draw.
Because I refused to get beat.
The map. The map was intense too because there were like these gears grinding on the side, but there were rails. So if you threw your opponent over the rails and into the grinding things, whatever gears, then the character would kind of get like caught, and then you can slowly see them like being crushed by the gears, and that was how they died. So I think there were a few times when I got caught behind, but I didn't like actually get caught in the gears. I was just behind the rail, so I was really scared. I was just like, no.
Achievement
but fortunately, yes.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a really, really funny and a really wonderful game. Like I think that was the hardest I laughed when I was at GDC.
All right, let's So what else did you do?
Oh gosh. There was a lot of cool gear there. So let's see if actually I have hold on,
Swag
let me
on
grab
swag?
my bag real quick.
Oh snap, she's got swag, folks. She's got swag. Did you get any swag, Gamer Composer?
Yeah, I got some PlayStation lanyards that I switched out with my GDC lanyard, and got some Google Platforms shades, and I got a Flame in the Flood postcard, which I might send to you, and then I also got what else did I get? Me and Lauren got a T-shirt from High Voltage. We got some mints from Robolax, and then there's one more other thing I got. Oh, I won a friend of mine won a Chromecast Ultra, and then it's funny because I was like, oh yeah, I wanted that, congratulations and stuff. And then he came back, he took a picture with him winning it, and then he gave it to me. So shout out to you, Ron. I appreciate it. Another Chicagoan, looking out for Chicagoan. All right, go ahead.
Yes, Lauren. What'd you get? Where's this?
All right, so actually it was like a little paper thing, but I actually gave it to one of my coworkers. But basically there was a suit that you put on, and are you okay over there?
Yeah, man. I wanted to see the swag.
And so there's the suit, and it was basically a motion tracking piece of clothing. So the game that they had that they were demoing over there, you basically just run around. So you only move your upper body, of course, because it's only a shirt that you're wearing, but you move around like this, and then when you go like that, your character punches, and then you jump in real life, and then your character will jump as well.
Okay.
So that was one of the cool things I saw. Another thing I saw was, they had like a hologram. So they had pieces of glass and kind of like a pyramid shape. And then I think what they had was they had a video playing on the top of this box. So it was kind of like a box like this, and you can see inside. And then the glass pyramid was inside the box. And then on the ceiling of the box, there was a video being projected of like a character walking. So you can like look at the box from all around, and then you can see the different sides of the character as they're walking. It was really cool. It was almost like I felt like I was having a Star Wars moment, when like R2-D2 projects Princess Leia's message. Yeah, it was super
The future.
Cool. Yes. And let me talk about Sprint Vector. So I got this like box of goodies. Actually, the shirt's in the laundry right now, but
aren't you wearing one of the shirts that we got?
I am
right
actually.
now?
I'm wearing the shirt from High Voltage. So
Yeah,
you can see
we can't
there.
see it. There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like a reverse Captain America shirt.
It looks like an Articuno shirt too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You know, I take that back. Yeah. And
All right.
now I want a shirt.
Next year when I go, I'll get a shirt for you, and then I'll mail it over to Chicago.
Oh, see, thank you so much, man. Chase might get me a T-shirt. But, you know.
They didn't have your size. That's why.
All right,
I
Lauren, what
always
else you
try
got?
to get you shirts, dude. I got shades for you if you want those.
Oh, I'll take them. I'll definitely take
Okay, I'll send you a few shades then. I still got to send your PSX stuff too.
What else, Lauren?
PS.
I want to hear
You
the full
PS
experience.
dudes. All right, so Spring Vector, I got this nice little like headband thing, and got a bunch of like stickers and
It's so fast. It's so
little-
fast.
glass wiper.
Barely saw the headband.
So, wait, what?
We barely saw the headband.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here,
What does that say?
it's
Street.
a nice orange color.
Oh, that says
the hand
sprint.
this
It's a-
time.
Sprint vector.
Mm-hmm.
Sprint. Oh, spirit.
Hey, that's tight. That's really cool.
Oh, sprint vector.
You should
So when
you should send Afusa the sprint vector video for the show notes because I love that video so
Oh
much.
my god. Okay, yeah, I'll send you
She has
the
a video of her
so-
playing the game actually.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. So my friend or my friend and my coworker, he took a video of me and another coworker playing the game. So Sprint Vector, we played it on the HTC Vive, and when they walk you through it the first time. Oh wait, here let me explain what the game is first. So basically, you're a robot going through this race course, and there are things like walls where you have to. They're like these little nubs on the wall where you grab onto it and you kind of propel yourself upwards. to
Oh,
climb
okay.
the
I thought
wall.
you were dragging it down.
Oh. And then, excuse me, you skate through the course. So in order to move, let's see, on the HTC Vive, you have triggers on the index fingers. So you grab in front of you, you pull as if you were moving around skating, and then you let go of the trigger when it's like behind you and downwards. So that's how you skate, and then you jump. It's the same controls except you're moving like this. And then you can also jump and double jump. So to jump, the HTC Vive controllers, they also have a button where the thumbs are. So in order to jump, you go 1 to jump once. You click on it, and then you let go. And then you do the same thing with the other hand if you want to double jump. So, and then there's a bunch of other things like you can like duck and still skate. Because sometimes there are things where you can either jump over it or you can duck underneath and keep skating. What else is there? So the first time I played it, I was really disoriented. I actually almost fell over a few times because it's very fast-paced game once you get moving, and then there's like these white lines that appear when you're going super fast. And then in order to like change direction, you can twist your body to the left or to the right, so that way you can swerve throughout the race course. Okay. So the first time that they take you through it, they let you kind of figure out the controls, and then they let you go through the map, so that way you can see, okay, there's like this wall here, you have to duck here. You can also, so when you're catching air, you can do this thing they call it the Superman. So you basically, you don't press any buttons, you just hold the controls out in front of you in your hands like this, like you're Superman, you know? So, and then you basically soar through the air. And then there's also buttons where these 3 fingers are, and then those are the brakes. So while you're flying through the air, you can just brake and drop back down to the floor and keep skating. So, the first time they take you through the course. The second time they have 2 games set up, so you race against the other person next to you. So so my friend Manny, he was the one that I was racing, and then my friends Aaron and Steven were watching. So Steven came up to us. He's like, "Hey, so Aaron and I placed a bet on you guys to see who's gonna win. We're not gonna tell you yet because, you know, we want you to just race and have fun, but we'll tell you later." And I was like, okay. I was like, Manny, you're probably gonna win, because it was a very, very physically intensive game, because it's, I don't know, like,
were you guys like hitting each other on the side just to be like,
oh no, we were actually placed maybe about 10 feet away. Yeah, there was a good amount of distance, so that way we wouldn't hit each other. Yeah. Oh, and there were also technicians to help us. Okay, so the thing is, I had a really great technician, because there was a point where like I started jumping forward. She had to like pull me back a little bit, and then but Manny's technician, unfortunately, there were times when I think like Manny started moving outside of the circle a little bit too, but Manny's technician was just like so entertained by the video. I guess like, he might have forgotten to help Manny out a little bit, but anyways, okay. So before Manny and I put on the headset, we were in line, and there was like a good line of people behind us. But I guess the thing is with the group that I was hanging out with, whenever we demoed games, we got kind of loud because we really get into the games that we played. So apparently there was like this crowd that was like gathering to watch us, but like Manny and I had no idea because we had the headset on, right? Anyways, okay, so we were racing, and oh my gosh, I have never struggled so hard in my life before for something. Like, Manny and I were pretty evenly matched up, and I wish my cardio was better. My cardio sucks, but I was like, like wheezing throughout the entire game. And I was so, like, there were so many times when I just wanted to give up, like, Manny, just take the gold, just go. But, oh man, it was super intense, super fun. And you actually feel like you're moving super fast when you're skating through the game. And it kind of gives you a good adrenaline boost.
Man, I am like Summer League.
Mm-hmm. And it's great for exercise. Like, you play like Wii Sports or whatever. No, I'm so like, okay, I love the Wii, I love the games on the Wii, but like this is no Wii Sports, okay? Like, Sprint Vector is a great way to play video games and get in shape, because I kid you not, I couldn't go to the convention on time the next day because I was laying in bed like, I was super sore. It was crazy. So yeah, very physically intense game. And let's see, there was, okay. So when Manny and I took off the headsets after the race was finished,
who won?
Like this. I actually won. But I think Manny would have won if his technician helped him out.
Nope, doesn't matter.
No. Because my there were times when I like kept, I don't know, like I was going weird ways in the map. There was this one point where you kind of go through these speed boosts, but at the same time you're flying through the air, and it's like this huge area, kind of like a cave or something. It was very, very large, so I didn't know where to go next, and my technician helped guide me to the next part. So if she hadn't done that, Manny probably would have won.
You'll see it in the video.
Yeah, but oh man, there were actually, I didn't realize this, but like I mentioned before, there were parts where I was kind of jumping into the crowd. I think I almost like hit someone, because
you'll see it in the video too.
Like, yeah,
just edit it in. Video doesn't lie.
Yeah. So, but when Manny and I took off the headsets, there were like all these people watching, and I was just like, whoa, this is crazy.
They were probably applauding, like, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
For real?
Yeah.
You'll see it in the video.
Yeah. So, okay, so the other really cool thing I have to tell is when Manny and I were aligned, they were doing these like press, I forgot what it called, like press showcase or something. They had a specific term for it, but basically they had people of a great importance, I suppose, like play the game while they have someone interviewing one of the people on the dev team. Mm-hmm. So while Manny were in line, I saw someone walk up, and I was like, I think that's Gary Scheinman. Like, I'm pretty sure that's Gary Scheinman. But like, I wasn't paying attention at that, because after he walked by, I didn't quite see his full face. And then he put the headset on after.
And for
that,
people who don't know who Gary Scheinman is.
Yes, Gary Scheinman is the composer for BioShock and Dante's Inferno and a number of other games. I thought he just did
BioShock.
No, he did Shadow of Mordor, BioShock, Dante's Inferno, and a couple others.
Mm-hmm.
Attack.
Wow.
Attack on Humans on Xbox, the original title.
Wait, really? He did Attack on Humans?
Yes, he did.
Oh wow,
he did
man! All I knew was BioShock. Wow.
Well, Continue.
Yeah,
Lauren.
continue. I'm sorry.
And he also did music for Resistance, but on the
PSP.
On the PSP, yes. So, and Resistance is one of my most favorite titles. So, but anyways, okay. So he was playing the game, right? And I was like, that's so cool. Like, I'm watching Gary Scheiman like play Sprint Vector. And then to confirm, there was another person off on the side that said like, yeah, go Gary. And I was like, yes, that is Gary Scheiman. It was so cool. And then later I got to speak with him for a little bit, but it was really neat, like seeing a composer, he's like up there in the industry play a game. So that was an experience within itself.
So wait, what do you two do then? I mean, you guys play games too, man.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure if someone walks around and say like, "Hey, do you know who Lauren Pham is?" Like,
I do.
Who's that?
We do.
Excuse me. Yeah. So.
We do. We know who she is. Everybody else know who she is. Listeners and viewers know who she is. So is that it? Is that the full experience of GDC?
There was a lot. I can talk all day about GDC, but we've got other things to talk about for the show. So
all right.
I'll
So then let me ask this. Do you think GDC is for, viewers like me or listeners like me or people like me who are not composers or developers?
Interesting question. I'm leaning towards I'm leaning a little bit towards no, because excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
The ticket is for the Expo Pass, which is basically it's a 3-day pass where there's an open floor with game demos and tech demos and just a whole bunch of stuff you can try out and see. And that is around, I think it starts at 200, right, Chase?
Yeah, $199 early bird.
Yeah. And then once it passes a certain date, it rises up to around $250, or excuse me, $249. So, it is a bit of money to spend if one isn't like a composer or, someone who isn't exactly like they have a career in the industry. Like say if I wasn't a composer, if I was just a student who's just interested in video games but not actually developing video games, it is quite a lot of money to just go. I mean, like there are games that you can play or whatnot, but I would think it's more of a conference for people within the industry. So E3, for example, I would highly suggest for listeners like to go to something like E3 now that it's actually opening this summer for the general public. But for GDC, it's more of a I would say a little bit more on the business side. Yeah. So, but I mean, if you're super interested, maybe you're not in the industry, but you're like super interested about the new tech that's coming out. Excuse me. Or like maybe even meeting people like your heroes who I'm sorry, I have like something in my throat right now.
It's okay.
People who have made music that you absolutely love or created games that you absolutely love and you really really want to see them and they happen to be going too, then maybe the $200 is worth it. But there are also other types of tickets where you can go to talks and learn more about, say, like how to create more dynamic characters or how to network in a certain setting better, or there's a bunch of different talks that you can go to. So I guess if a listener would be interested in that, then it could be worth it. But otherwise, I would say it's a little bit more for people who are in the industry or looking to get into the industry. Sorry, that was like a really roundabout answer.
No. It's a good answer for those that are wondering, because we're like hyping up all these games, And it's just like, man, maybe I was thinking like maybe in their mind they might be thinking like, man, maybe I should go to GDC. It might be like E3, and it's like it's good to have this point of view for those that really don't understand what GDC is. 'Cause there are a lot of people that really don't understand the importance of GDC.
Yeah, so another, I guess, important note to inform people about is at GDC there's no cosplaying. There's like a lot of people dress casually, but there are also a lot of people wearing suits and more formal clothing. So it is not. I did see one person wearing like a fox outfit there. That was very interesting. But GDC is definitely not a place where you cosplay. But like for something like E3, there are people cosplaying there. So.
All right, good to know. Gamer Composer.
What it look like?
I know you're ready to talk about your experience.
GDC experience, year 4? Sure.
Year 4, yeah. Go, take it
Excuse
away.
me. So this is my 4th year going, and I went in, I always go in optimistic. I usually get the Expo Pass. I did the Audio Pass my first year, and frankly, it's just not worth the money. I think it's worth like $400, $500, but they continue to sell it for like $700. And even if you do the Game Audio Network Guild acronym gang, audio gang, whatever, you get like a $50 discount, which I don't think is enough, but that's just me. So I went in with the Expo Pass, and that keeps my schedule very free and flexible, especially since every year that I go, I make more friends, and I meet new friends, and then I make those friends, and old friends meet new friends, and we all become friends. So it's really fun. And for some reason, Shadow of Mordor just popped up, or Shadow of War popped up.
What did I just tell you about that game? I told you not to talk about it yet until we talk about your GDC.
Well, you pulled it up on the screen.
I
so
didn't
I don't know.
that was on accident. My apologies. Don't worry about
Okay.
what I'm doing on
So
my
you admit.
screen.
Okay, cool. So moving on. I would have to say the flight going in actually started out pretty well into San Francisco. I usually try to fly and not drive because it takes forever, unless you're Miss Brioche over there who does the San Jose drive in 4 hours flat, which I'm still trying to figure out how she does.
Excuse me, it's 4.5.
Oh.
It was 4 when you told me the first time.
She said 4.5.
4.5 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, Skanko.
It's
So
normally
I
4.5.
met some really cool people on the plane. First off, going in, they were named Dorothy and Damien, and they live, I guess, in the San Mateo area of San Francisco. And they actually end up being a tax auditor and a psychologist. And so I was talking to them and actually helped with, the flight and stuff like that, just to pass the time. And I showed them some of my music, and they were interested, or at least the psychologist was interested about like hiring me to do something in the future for her office about a similar study of like therapy. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't even touch down in San Francisco yet. And then when I did touch down, I went to the baggage claim, and I saw this gentleman that was waiting at the LAX area, and he was wearing a pair of headphones, and I was thinking, oh, I may know him. And I thought I saw someone else in the waiting area that I might have known as well. But when we touched down in San Francisco, I noticed he had this Upload VR shirt. So I was like, oh, like I've seen that before. I'm going to ask him about it. And so I introduced myself, and I parted him from his activities that he was doing because he seemed he was really busy, but he's really cool. And he was like, oh yeah, I started Upload VR. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm the CEO and founder. And I'm like, this guy looks really young. So I was like, you can't be like older than me. And so we talked a little bit, and I told him what I did, and he told me I was like, oh, I heard about that GDC party. It was like $300 to get in. He's like, yeah, not everyone got in. It's going to be people are going to be very upset because they're not going to be able to get in. And so I was like, oh man, I was like, well, I'm thinking, I don't think I signed up for that because that's $300 for a ticket that I think is like almost less than my 4 nights of staying at the hostel. So I just, he was telling me that they were launching a LA studio. And I was like, oh, that's great. He's like, yeah, you'll have to come down and check out the space and whatnot. And so we continued to talk. We got our bags. And then he was like, so what do we do now? And I was like, I was like, I take the BART into the city. And he's like, oh, I'm going to take the Uber. Do you want to do a ride share? And I was like, sure. Something. And I'm going with the CEO of Upload VR. Like, this is going to be awesome. And so he spots me a ride. And I said, I'll get him a drink when he's in LA. And he told me how he started the group, and he was doing some meetups on meetup.com for the VR, and then it eventually blew up into that. And so during the ride, I actually showed him some of my music. I asked, because I had asked about his headphones to check them out to see how they were. And they weren't bad. They actually custom made. They had like a deal that he had with them. So they're like Upload VR headphones in some kind of way. And I thought that was pretty awesome. And then while on the ride, he was actually like nodding his head and vibing to my music, which is different and weird at the same time, because most people who listen to my music the first hand, it doesn't get them right away. My music, I realize, is something that grows on people, and they end up like listening to it like over time. But he was nodding like right off of the bat. And so I was thinking like, okay, that's a really good sign that either within my growth or that, he likes it and he dug it. So I paid him 2 tracks. We got to the destination of his office, and I was tempted to go thrift shopping. I was literally right across the street from the Goodwill that I shop at in San Francisco. No. And I didn't do it.
Good job.
I was good. The entire time, I actually didn't go.
Good job.
Yeah, because, last year, the suitcase was over 50 pounds, and they let me slide.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, well, I mean, I had like GDC swag up the yin yang, and I bought like quite a few games. I went a little nuts, but just a little. But needless to say, I was going to go get a different ride, and he came in and he opened the door. He's like, "You can come hang out for a little bit. I got to get to work." He's like, "But I'll show you the office." I was like, "I want to get a first route tour for this." And so I go upstairs. I'm at the Upload VR office. I walk in, and it's very techy. And if you haven't seen Silicon Valley, I highly recommend if you're into this industry or whatnot. Like, first of all, it's a funny show.
Yeah.
I think it's the creator that did, King of the Hill and some other shows like that. And you can tell from the office, it's not your average thing. Like, the guys have laptops just on tables, and it's very different from a game studio office. They had like a green screen for the tech and whatnot, but like the space was very open. It was really cool. The offices was very nice. I walk in, everyone's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Not to me, of course, they don't know who I am. I'm just walking in with a suitcase. And so they're walking around and it's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Greeting the CEO and whatnot. And I was like, "Man, this guy is really cool. Everyone likes him. Like, this is a good sign." And then I'm walking down as he's saying hello and introducing himself to, I guess, new people, because he said he was hiring 30 new people. Wow. I see a friend of mine that I met at, actually, Afusa. Charles was there. You met Charles. We met him at the same time. Yes, Charles that we saw at E3 at the Star Fox line. He was there. I walked in Upload VR office, and I see him, and Charles he's like, "What's up, Chase?" And I'm like, "Charles, what are you doing here, man? That's crazy."
Oh, snap.
So I know, like, of all places I could possibly be in the world at that point in time, what is the coincidence that he would be there as someone that I actually knew? So I talked to him, and then I was actually brushing up on my Japanese to get ready for the other things. And I started speaking Japanese to him a little bit. And then I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Oh, I just started this job here. I'm just working that." I'm thinking, like, it's GDC week. It's Monday. Things are going on tonight, and you're working. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm going to just do this." And then, I'll get into the swing of it all. And I did see him later on in the week. I did see him like a Wednesday and whatnot. So, but that was crazy just to see him there. I'm like, I'm walking in with the CEO, and then I see someone that I know. So that actually was pretty kind of cool. That'll tell you, like, I get around now in the industry. People are starting to recognize me, and it's a little cool. So that was a highlight that I have on as one of the bulletins. Let's see what else. I had some other notes here. I guess the other things I was thinking about overall, those aren't like necessarily, I guess, anything else. But
oh my god,
like I said, I play games with Lauren and our friend Michael Kim, and I went to I bounced around the IGF. I met the creator of One Night Stand, which we talked about on the show before, and that was pretty fun. She gave me a condom with a little one night stand thing as like little swag thing, and then the little panties like with things saying like penny stickers saying you had one. Yeah, I definitely will. I will do that for sure.
I want to get her on the show.
We possibly can. She was really nice, and it was really awesome. I went to the Google luncheon. We had sea bass and chicken and drinks on drinks, chips on chips, and adobo, and it was just really ridiculous. Snacks on snacks on snacks. I also met people off of the GDC app, which was my first day, and I usually do that the first day when I go in, and I thought it was really cool. I made some really, really cool friends, especially that hung out with me during the week, and it was funny because that Monday when I met them, I was introducing other people through the app, and people would see me from the years before, all found me, and then I would introduce them to them, and then we became like a big group, and then we all got tacos later that night, and we hung out in the Metron. So Monday night was really fun. They had my favorite wine, Kendall Jackson, in the GDC mixer downstairs, and I was like, yo, free Kendall Jackson wine. This is like $15.70 a bottle. Like, this is crazy. It was so good. And I did stay in a hostel. I was $50 a night. It was really cheap. I stayed with one of my good friends that was an indie developer, and slept in a bunk bed. And I haven't been in a bunk bed. Fusa, you know this. Like, I haven't been in a bunk bed since 1505. In the building that you were in, because you're at 1509 on Grace.
Yeah.
And so the bunk bed, I think we were in second grade.
No, it was younger than that.
But you remember my bunk bed though, right? You remember the red one?
You had the red one. I had the blue one.
You had a blue one. You had Thomas the Tank and all that other junk on there. So,
oh man, let that go. You gotta tell the whole world about that.
Hey,
they
you're proud of Thomas the Tank.
I know I'm proud of Thomas the Tank.
Okay, so cool. All right, awesome. That's what I thought. And so, yeah, we did that. Like I said, I went to Google, went to the luncheon. They had Day of the Devs, what they had last year. And what that is like a little roundabout like game area that you can kind of chill out and watch stuff. They didn't have the I Am 8-bit game stuff, though. They just had an art gallery this year, and I was kind of bummed because it just looked kind of dead. And so, ironically, Day of the Devs looked more like Day of the Dead, and it wasn't as packed and interesting. But needless to say, it was good. Highlights: I met Sean Murray. I was walking across the hustle and bustle of the street, going from West Hall to North Hall, and excuse me, just like I met Jesper Kud, a famous video composer, one of my one of my favorites. He was in the same like walking space that I met him the year before. So when I saw Sean Murray, the first time I saw Jesper Kud in that style, I didn't approach him, and so I learned my lesson. And when I saw Sean, I was walking. It was that Thursday morning after he had won the Innovative Award from the Game Developers Choice Awards.
Still shocked.
And I was like, Sean, oh, okay, I'm gonna go. And so I ran back, and then I stopped him. I said, hey, you know what? I know that you're getting a lot of flack for No Man's Sky. I know that was, the people aren't really accepted, but I just want to say thank you for making it. You finished it, and, congratulations on your award and whatnot. And he said, he's like, all right, thank you so much. And he asked me what I did. Obviously didn't really care that much because he asked for my card. No one needs to say, I got a picture. So it happened, and I put hashtag Pixar didn't happen, huh? Hashtag bam, it happened, because I got shit for having the case of the game on Twitter, and I put it on at E3, and the game didn't come out till July, and they were like, Pixar didn't happen. So there you go, Twitter. You didn't get the game that you wanted to see the disc for, but I got you the creator with them, so you can take that. I'm not gonna say anything more. I tried out some 3D audio stuff. My friend, one of my good friends, Sally Kellaway, just got hired at OSIC, and they do really interesting like 3D audio technology. And Lauren actually met Kadar, who was involved with them before Sally got hired there.
Who's
Kadar? The wrong adjective. Kadar is a associate creative director there. I think he works alongside Callie because she's the creative director that she gets hired. She used to be at FMod, and she was working at Sony, and she's done a lot of stuff. She came into the industry 2 years after me, and she's just really grown and became like a powerhouse of some sort. And it was really interesting how that happened. But yeah, that was some cool stuff, the cool technology that was going on there. That was on the expo. A lot of retro stuff. Of course, I have to send you a picture because we have this conversation a lot. And I have the picture, and I'm going to send it to you. But you won't believe what system was in the retro area. Do you want to take a wild guess? And I know it's like, yes, it was.
Bam! I told you PlayStation 3 was retro.
Oh my gosh. So Pixar didn't happen. I got the picture for you. So it's right next to an N64. I think that's saying a lot. That's kind of weird.
I told you PlayStation 3
I'm not gonna lie.
and Xbox 360 are retro games. They're
It's kind of weird.
Nope, Lauren, I don't want to hear it. It's retro. It's retro.
At Pix, I got proof.
You have a retro game. Retro.
I did play a few games from Columbia College. As you know, I found out they have like a game design school program there, and actually thinking it was going to do a talk there because there's a game sound student, and she was like, oh, we don't really have any representation of that here. I'm hearing different things about it, about the game audio representation in Chicago, but I'm going to come out there possibly in June and possibly do a talk at Columbia. I got their contacts, but I did play an interesting game called Read 'em and Reap, and it's like another point and click adventure. Someone has stolen his scythe, and they explore the underworld to talk with inhabitants to discover the culprit. It wasn't bad. It was pretty interesting.
Someone
I dig
took
it.
Uncle Def's scythe? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, and the dialogue is actually pretty interesting and pretty cool. Another cool game that was there is called Lady Killer in a Bind. And this visual novel is very raunchy. But the music is off the hook. Like, it's ridiculous. I will be checking that out and taking a dive into that. I have to talk about two more things. There is a game that it was an alt control that I really enjoyed. I watched someone play and actually doing it pretty good. I usually don't play zombie games, but this one was different because this actually had a hands-on controller in the sense of they built a big, like they built like a 3x2, put a rug on it with some grapples, and then had some buttons on the side. And you're the zombie in the first person, and you're pulling the rug down as you're crawling. But as you look at the screen, you're knocking things off, like the chair to move out the way. And someone is shooting at you at the end of the hall, and your goal is to get to the end of the hall and kill them. And so you can tilt the actual, yeah, exactly. You can tilt the board when they shoot, when it prefaces you, it gives you a warning to say, hey, this is going to come at you, and it shows you what side, it shows you what part it's going to happen on, and then you can tilt left or you can tilt right. And then you can scratch away things, you can clap the rats to gain health. And then when you get to the end, like you can claw like the victim's eyes out or whatnot. It's very gruesome. But
I thought it
was pretty cool. So that one is called Zombie Crawler, and it's zombiecrawlerwordpress.com. If you're interested, we'll put it in the show notes. And lastly, I sponsored the Party. And what the Party is, I sponsored it. I didn't get the space, but I helped my friend Charles Huang, who started the Party along with the other three of us, which is Sam Seltzer. Oh, it's like four of us. It's Sam, Chris, and I'm blanking out. Kyle, Brennan, and I have the picture here. I'm missing someone. I know who he is. It'll come to me. But it's like because someone who wasn't there this year wasn't there last year in the picture, so I'm blanking out. But I sponsored the party because we had skee ball, we had pool, we had a quiet space, we had water.
No alcohol at the Party.
Yeah, it's everything that isn't about a party, so there's no music. But and then we had basketball, like hoops on the wall and stuff like that. So it got like a little loud, but it wasn't unbearing. I wasn't told that I was loud this year, so that thankfully we didn't have it in the illustrious hotel that we had it in the ballroom and so on and so forth. But it was still a good turnout, and I was very happy to be a part of the second annual Unparty, as opposed to the unofficial inaugural Unparty of GDC 2016, which was a blast. And always good to wind down after hearing such loud music and other parties and whatnot. If that's not for you, please, and you do go to GDC and you're listening, please shout out to me. I will help you find the Unparty for next year, because we don't know where it's probably going to be. We might keep it the same location, we might switch it up, but shout out to Charles for hooking up the space, and that was really fun. And I really enjoyed it. The awards this year was good too. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty decent, and I enjoyed myself. And that's the experience from my perspective overall. I said a lot.
No, you didn't.
I did. I said a lot.
No, you didn't. You just want to talk about Shadow of War, but guess what? It's Lauren's turn, because I'm pretty sure she has something she wants to talk about.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, so we're officially done with the GDC part.
Okay. All right.
Woo!
So
that was a lot.
Yes.
So this next part. All right. So the Nintendo Switch just came out last week. Hey. So I actually don't have a Switch myself, but I have been hearing things from other people. And apparently, according to Polygon, the Nintendo eShop for the Switch has some really, really great music. So you can find this on YouTube, and it's 2 minutes of pure silence. So there's no music. There's no music for the eShop. And I was like, what?
She just
dude.
Put it out there. 2 minutes of complete silence.
So now I'm like, how are we gonna make like Drake mashups and stuff, you know? Like but hopefully I really wonder why, because the eShop for the DS and like the shop on the Wii, they all have really great background music. So I'm wondering why they didn't implement any music this time around for the Switch. So
I think I know why.
really, why?
I think they were working so hard on the console, you know, with the hollow parts and the shoddy workmanship. They just forgot about the eShop. I think they spent so much time on Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, they forgot about the actual console itself. Because, my gosh, yo, everyone is going in on the Switch, but people are still buying the Switch. It's the craziest thing. I think Nintendo can't do anything wrong. They literally made a half-baked console, and people are eating it up.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that it's making more sales than the Wii.
It's
It was
getting
like-
close to the Wii levels. Yes.
Yeah. So that's
scary.
it's getting up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess people really like the Switch, man. They've been switching it up, taking pictures of themselves on the train, playing the Switch, playing that. You can't, by the way, if you play off your off the port, you can't take that save file and put it back in. Like, you have to play on the tablet. So like wherever you start a game, you have to continue playing that game if you like save it on there. Like you can't transfer your saves yet.
No. Oh, yet. Okay.
I'm hoping yet. I'm saying yet because I think Nintendo's gonna fix that, but
Oh.
I don't know.
I hope they do. Yeah, because then otherwise it's not a true Switch. I mean, come on.
Nah, but so far everyone doesn't seem to have a problem taking it off the road and then just play it. And then I don't know. Some people are just like bypassing it. They're just like, well, I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild off the tablet anyway, so it's not that big a deal to me. And it's just like, man, everyone's got an excuse for the Switch, man. Like, they're just switching their minds on how much they either like or dislike this shit. Damn, Lauren's going in on the eShop.
Well, as a composer, I mean, it's just a little important to me. Just a little.
What about you, gamer composer? What do you got to say to Nintendo?
I don't really care.
Damn.
I don't care.
You just want to talk about
The game
Shadow
is-
War. That's I know
It's
you do.
well, I mean, like I'll
Yeah.
chime in a bit. It's just not disparaging your thoughts, Brioche, at all.
Yeah,
but-
brioche.
The console's just to play games, and you can hear music on those other games and stuff like that. Yes, the Wii, the thing was good and such, and those were good stuff. But I don't know, like okay. So for example, I have PS4, and Ifukushina has PS4, and the
Who told
music
you
that
this?
is on there for the when you're browsing and doing all your what is it, the home screen or whatnot.
Yeah.
I turned it off after like 2 months, I think, because I just got tired of listening to it. It's very calming. It's very great, but it's just, I don't know. I just don't need it necessarily into that. Like, I feel it's just not necessary to like have it for me or a while. Like, it's good music, but I just don't care to have it. Or I do surveys and it's like neither satisfied or dissatisfied, and that's how I feel about it. It's good. It's cool. But yeah, I mean, actually, challenge to you, Brioche. Why don't you make some music for it
Ooh.
Ah,
and then send it to Nintendo?
wonderful.
Challenge.
Yeah, there
Wonderful
we go.
idea.
So I think I'm like 11 months into my PlayStation 4, and I never noticed the background music until I changed my theme, and now I have like another song playing. So I never noticed the background music to my PlayStation 4. When I turned it on, like I never noticed the original background music. I thought it was just blank. Yeah. Because I never stayed on there so much to listen to it. I just put in my games, or if I download, I'll just do something else. And I never noticed there was music. I'm a horrible person.
No.
Not necessarily.
Maybe did it make you feel any, like, maybe you didn't notice it, but did it subconsciously steer you towards a certain mood? Or
Yeah, it steered me to the mood of like I gotta play something, or you know, where's my Netflix at? So, yeah, I guess it did its job. Because you don't want to stay on the home screen forever, I guess. Damn, Lauren's going.
Interesting.
Everyone's going there.
No, I mean, like, I'm not mad about it or anything. But I'm interested in what. But it sounds like what you said. Maybe they were so focused on the games and the console, or excuse me, yeah, the games that they forgot just that one part about the eShop. But I mean, like, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. But
it has to be a big deal, or you wouldn't have brought it up.
well, I just thought it was interesting because they had background music for the shops on all the other consoles.
Hey, don't be switching your mind on this now.
Oh, hey, no, you can't.
Uh-oh.
It was interesting enough of a point to bring up. I'm not like mad about it. I'm not like, Nintendo, why don't you have background music for your eShop on the Switch? And no, it's just something I wanted to bring up.
All right. You got anything else?
I think that's all for that on my end.
All right. Well, Gamer Composer, it's your time. You can talk about your game that you're super excited
I'm gonna let you go first. You haven't spoke in a while.
I'm my only thing, because there's so much that's been happening in this industry. I don't even know where to pick. I mean, people got fired. People did dumb tweets. Nintendo's releasing half-baked products. Joy-Cons, like, one's got antenna, one doesn't.
I just don't want to talk about Nintendo anymore. Like, I hear it all the time. It doesn't even matter what podcast I listen to. I just skip through. Like, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but man, like, is that everyone anything can talk about? Like Breath of the Wild and Nintendo. It's cool. It's great. I appreciate it.
I'm not even.
But we gotta look at what else is going on in the industry right now. Like Nintendo is like the whole thing on lock right now.
No, there's more. We got Horizon Zero Dawn with the problem of the story where they're like either misrepresenting the Native American people, or, you know, the game itself is like the greatest of all time. People are comparing it, like saying which one's better, Legend of Zelda or Horizon Zero Dawn. You got Nier Ultima with the, you know, buying freaking trophy. Ultima, where you can buy trophies. Automatopoeia, and you can buy trophies. And, you know, look up skirts of other characters. Where do you want me to pick a story, man? There's been so much that's been going on. It's just, I'd rather just focus on Shadow of War, because I know you would like to talk about it. And I mostly wanted to be a GDC thing. But, man, there's been so much crap that's been happening since we officially stopped to now that it's just ridiculous.
Okay, well, I mean, you covered everything. That's actually pretty brilliant how you covered everything you wanted to cover.
I know. Because there's so much shit, man. Like, I'm sorry, folks. I normally would pick a bunch of topics. And believe me, I had a bunch. I have like 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but, you know, Shadow of War looks so interesting that I'm just like, I'm gonna talk about this and not Capcom and fuck Street Fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, see? So
all right. Well,
your turn.
If I was on camera, you would see a big smile on my face, which is very rare.
But we see a smile on your face.
Shadow of War trailer came out the day before I think I went to GDC, and Ifukishina sent it to me, and I think even my friend Abi Kodakula, he tagged me in it on Facebook, and I screamed, and I really screamed like, I mean like, like whoa, like I haven't been excited about a trailer since Batman Arkham Knight, where I was like, wow. I watched the trailer like 2 or 3 times because it sounded good, it looked good, it felt good, and it just got me. And wow, like AAA is doing some decent stuff. It's not every AAA game that's been getting me amped and pumped like that. Whereas, and I was like, I'm gonna buy this, and I know it's gonna take over my life, and I don't care, and I want this. Damn, and so, man. Shadow of War came out, and I watched it like 2 or 3 times. I showed it to my cousin, and then I watched the trailer when it came out, and I was a little behind. If Fukushima was giving me shit, yes, but needless to say, I'm glad I watched it, and this is why I wrote I have some notes here about it. So, They have a custom nemesis system. Wow, this is intense. I can't. If you played Shadow of Mordor, you know about what really made that game was the introduction to a nemesis system, and what that is everything is. Every action has a reaction. So if you die, someone on the opposite team of the enemies get promoted, and they get promoted a lot. So like if you fuck up, like you are gonna regret that. Someone gains more power. They can be stronger than you. If you try and even go after and find him, or he finds you, they remember you. They're like, "Oi, I remember you from last time. You thought you would come back and die. Like, I'm gonna get you." Like, and they freaking, like, you guys go at it. And if he hits you once, you could potentially like get murked again. And so this new custom nemesis system has it, whereas you can actually control the systems on your end too, as opposed to the computer doing it for you. So if you kill someone or if you die, that the computer like upgrades it in that regard. So that is really cool. Number 2, I love the writing for the dialogue for the enemies. They shit talk in such a diplomatic way. It's just it's so cool. They had so much of that from Shadow of Mordor, and I look forward to more of that. Like they had a line, I think it was like, "Charge into the flames of your reckoning," and then he's like, the other one's like, "No more talk. We bring war." I'm like. It's like, no more talk. Like, yes, let's get down to business. I freaking love it. The dialogue is so great. I remember, Shadow of Mordor, like I said, I can't say it enough. If you haven't played that, I remember, Vacation, I remember I was telling you that they had a line that's, what was it? It's like, "My boy." I was like, did he just say "my boy" like in this game right now? Why did I record that?
I gotta get to that again. I know what you're talking about.
And you can't find it. Whoever's writing for this must have overwrote like, I don't know, 10,000 lines of dialogue, because it's never this. It's sometimes the same, but there's some nuggets in there where it's just like, did he just really say "my boy"? Like in like this realm, I can't believe it. Number 3, the music.
Yes, the music. Oh my god,
sounds too good to be true. That's all I have to say for that one. I hope Gary Shyman's doing that one too, but if not, wow, sounds too good to be true, and I really mean that. Number 4, Talion looks more dead in this one. He doesn't have like this 5 o'clock shadow or a goatee, but he has like this solemn face with ribbon marks around his eyes, and I think that's really interesting. I think him like a cleanish look, but he's still kind of like, well, he is dead. He is. They call him the Grave Walker, but he's just, I don't know. He looks more like. I don't know how to describe it. He
just looks more pale compared to the way he did before.
No, he looks more like dead, like he just crawled out of the grave.
Yeah.
And so I like it. That's pretty cool. The number 5, the combo for killing through Celebrimbor with his forge hammer. Hot damn. Wow. That is sick. You need to watch the trailer. Number 6.
I did watch the trailer.
I'm saying for our listeners. I'm saying for our listeners if they haven't seen it. New enemies like the Demolisher. That's pretty cool. Number 7, you jump off with the combo and the animation that runs into like an archer status, and then you pound on the floor with like to the fire with your forge hammer. That was pretty sick. I mean, like, because you remember in the other one, like you just jump off and then you kind of just land. But this one, you can slow it down. You can switch to Celebrimbor's like archery status, and he's got his hind legs up, and I'm like, what?
It makes it the slowdown is a lot more easier for you to actually target and hit people. Like, I kind of like that aspect from the trailer.
It's dope, right? It's slick as shit. So. Number 8, triple swiftness with Celebrimbor's ghost combos, the sword and the archery combined. You saw that, right?
Yes,
like
I did. So like you can go in and out to another like really fast, like almost like an easy transition between the two.
Yeah, you're just in and out of your body. It's almost like astral projection, but in real life. It's ridiculous. I was like, damn, because that leads to like the number 9, which is like dual stealth on enemies.
Ooh.
Huh?
Yeah, because you can like, stealth kill one guy, and then like the other guy gets to stealth kill the other.
Yeah, simultaneously. Not even like, oh, I'm gonna do this one and then do that one. Like it happens at the same time.
That makes life so much more easier for stealth, especially if you have 2 people.
Murking people. And let's see, like number 10, you get different armor upgrades besides your weapon upgrades. That's pretty slick. Number 11, Talion can summon the cavalry. I wanted to do this so bad in Shadow of Mordor, and what I mean by that is Shadow of Mordor, you have the Graugs, and the Graugs are the things that you mount and you ride on, and they're like big dogs or something like that. Wait, am I saying that right? Are they the Graugs? Do you remember?
Well,
anyways, they're like the little dog things. I could be wrong. I apologize if I am. But I wanted to. Usually they roam around in Shadow of Mordor, and you have to like shadow mount them, or you have to like forge them so that they're not attacking you, and you can ride them. But this one, you can just summon them as if like you were summoning your followers in Shadow of Mordor, and I wanted that so bad because I was like, oh, I gotta look for one. Like, no, like if I branded one and I have one, then I can just bring them to me. And that saves so much time. You have no idea. That's super slick. So good on you guys for doing that. Number 12, you can dominate the drakes. You can fly. You can fly. You can fly.
Okay.
You can fly. Say it with your chest.
You can. I believe you can fly.
Okay. This is huge. You couldn't fly in the other one.
Sky, you know.
You can shadow out the Drake, yo. I'm not gonna say anymore. Watch the video.
All right,
play the game like
Composer is cool, man. I know you think about it every night and day. You know.
Okay, no, like this is huge. I was watching, and I was like, no way, is he gonna? Ah! like that's what happened. I couldn't finish my words before I saw it happen. It's so ridiculously cool. Number 13. I want to see more of the Ring of Power, what it could do. Domination is not good enough. I mean, because you're able to do that in the other game. So they made this thing big deal about a new ring being forged. This is a new story that's coming about. And so I want to really see what that Ring of Power can do. So I'm looking forward to that. And number 14, when he fights the Overlord, when Talion and Celebrimbor fight the Overlord, that slide animation under his legs that happens so swift. Wow, you guys, okay, I see you. It's good. It's good.
But can we actually do that though? Was that just nice to see, or can we actually be in the final product?
It says alpha gameplay.
I don't know, man.
It says alpha gameplay.
Well,
keyword here is gameplay.
I'm gonna need the
keyword
gamma version.
Hold on. Gameplay. That means it's possible, man. I'm just saying.
There was a lot of things that were possible.
You want to put money on it? 25 cents.
I'm sorry, what?
You want to put money on it? 25 cents. I bet you.
Remember the last time you bet me?
Yeah, I bet you 25 cents. Do I still owe you a quarter? I'm good for my money, man.
It's okay, man.
I write checks that I can cash.
You know what? It's okay. Okay. I believe it.
We have slide animations. Okay, I see you. We're good. All right.
Okay.
And that's it for my exuberant excitement of Shadow of War. I'm done now. I'm done.
So Warner Brothers, if you are watching this, maybe you should give us a advanced copy for us to play. Just saying.
Thank you for at minimum responding and liking my tweet. Well, you didn't respond, but you liked it, so I appreciate it. I didn't at Warner Brothers. I think I just add the game Shadow of War. And they liked it.
At Warner Brothers, I think we're interested in Shadow of War. Just saying.
You're just saying.
Is there anything else?
For the hype?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got two other things. Vegeta Boy. Look that shit up. It's like an 80s / Hyperlife Drifter art style.
It sounds like an indie game.
I think it is, but I think it's made by some Japanese developers.
So shouldn't that be an
it's
indie
really
mode?
cool.
I mean, should indie radar?
No, I'm hyped about this. This game looks a cool indie game that I definitely want to play.
But that's indie radar.
No, this is where I wanted to put it. We had this conversation.
All right, whatever, man. Damn, talk about your indie game. I don't care. Just do whatever you want. I'm just here to look pretty.
Look up the trailer for Vegeta Boy, spelled Najita Boy. Like I said, it looks like an 80s style Hyperlight Drifter with art, and it looks really, really, really cool. It looks really fun. They have something called the Techno Sword, and I think that's pretty awesome. And lastly, Virtual Reality LA.
Sounds like an indie game.
No. This is for the hype. It's not radar. VR LA is what it's known as. Okay. I'm pretty hyped about this. I'm thinking about going. Brioche, you think you're going to go? You're VR enthusiast.
We are VR.
Silence.
You know what? I will look into it more. But it does definitely sound like something.
$30 for Saturday. Just saying. Yes. 15% off. $25.
Brioche.
Otherwise, it's $200 for the Pro Pass, which you actually kind of are. You probably can get it through your job.
VRLA.
VRLA. We are VR.
We are.
Is there anything else, Gamer Composer?
No, that's it.
Okay, so I think
I took the show over on this one.
I'm sorry, what?
I took that hype over on this one.
I know you did. It's okay.
But
it's okay. Shh. It's okay.
So who got fired?
Really?
No, just
I was gonna say I could have sworn I sent you a text. You were very surprised by this.
I thought you were gonna. It was you mentioned it in the hype conversation, so
Yep.
I was gonna choose it for you.
Man, I told you people got fired. People put inappropriate texts on wrong days. You know,
Inappropriate tweets.
Inappropriate tweets. My apologies.
On Women's Day to boot.
Yeah, man. Moral of the story is just pick and choose your days when you want to make a joke, or at least understand the importance of the day you want to make a joke. Yeah. The more you know. Anyways, though, I think we're officially done with the hype. You know, we're officially hyped out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a small break, and when we come back, we're gonna get into the next topic. So stay tuned. Hi there, guys. Welcome back. And now we're gonna get into Indie Radar. This is where we like to talk about indie games that we played and we enjoyed and we really want to talk about. Indie Radar. So who wants to go first? All right, so I guess we're looking at you.
There's a needle pointing somewhere. Anyways, my indie radar for this week is this game called Bamboo Heart.
Bamboo Heart. All right.
Brioche, do you remember this game?
Yeah, Brioche.
It was at GDC.
It was at GDC. I didn't get a chance to play it, but I did see
it was really fun. And actually, you can play it too because I'm going to be giving it to you guys in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So the game is really, really cool. I guess they did like a collaboration or a collective of their games, but Bamboo Heart is in there, and I think you pay like $6. But the game is about you're a soul. It's like a Samurai Jack style game with like it looks like it was made in Game Maker, and it's like really loose like art that's flowing and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's like a 2D side scroller, and you go around like killing different enemies to find your heart. And you can do upgrades with your sword and basically just try to get through the level as much as you can. And really cool combos, really interesting styles, really interesting effects. And it's really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. It's, like I said, it's like Samurai Jack, but just like 2D side-scrolling and really cool stuff. So yeah. Bamboo Heart. Check it out.
Bamboo Heart.
By Sock Pop Collective.
Oh.
Such a weird thing to say. Sock Pop.
Also, don't forget to check out Samurai Jack. That's coming on 3/11.
Yeah, that's today.
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to watch it because I don't remember where I left off. But I'm glad they're bringing it back after 12 years.
Me too. Don't forget it, folks. Watch Samurai Jack. Even if it's and what's the next indie game?
It's actually not a game, but I want to give a shout out to Equity Arcade and my friend Heather, who works there. She is like a marketing generalist, mm-hmm. And so they pretty much are trying to do something better than like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and they're actually focusing on if like an indie studio or any developer is looking to get their game funded, they are like the new Kickstarter for specifically indie games, and so they want to help out indie devs that get their projects funded specifically for that. Because Kickstarter could be like a film or a book or an album or anything of that genre, or a person. Yeah, for Indiegogo, I remember a friend of mine. She wanted to get money to go to college. I thought that was hilarious.
You can do that on Kickstarter?
No, Indiegogo. She tried doing that. She was like, "Oh yeah, so if you support me, you get like free concert tickets like in New York." And I was like, "But to your college." Which I don't think are that expensive. Like,
hey, you gotta respect the hustle, man.
I respect it. I just thought it was really, really hilarious. Anyways, Equity Arcade, shout out to them. If you're an indie developer, you listen to the show, check them out. If you're trying to get your game funded, you can find them online and ask about Heather. She would totally help you. She actually did a cool write-up about the visual novel that, of course, I've been talking about still, the reality visual novel. And so that was really nice of her. So I appreciate it because I don't even remember that she was going to do it. But yeah, they're coming up, and I think they have a different backing system than Kickstarter. So I think you pay into their like a percentage, so that it's not as much risk as like you pay into the game. I think Colin Moriarty was talking about this. If do you remember this? He didn't want to support Kickstarter because he believed in buying into it as terms of like in a company perspective, so that you feel like you were getting something out of it when the game comes out. Not necessarily like a revenue share of that regard, but anyways, they're focused on indie devs. Check them out. Do the thing.
The more you know.
Holler at them.
All right.
You got anything? Nothing?
Actually, I do have one game. So there was a game at GDC called GoNNer. And yes, it won the award for best audio at the IGF. Yes. Okay. Indie Game Festival. So, I put the headphones on, got the controller, and wow, it was very. The audio was. Let's see, how can I explain it in words? In a physical sense, it resonated within me. It had a lot of. It was very deep, and every time. So the game it was sort of like almost a Mario-esque, where you can go through like these tubes to travel from one map to another, and then when you went through, it would make these like whoop, boom sound when you exited the tube. And it was kind of like I wasn't exactly sure what the tube, because it kind of like swallowed you, and then you traveled through it, and then you like popped out at the other end. So I wasn't sure if it was like an actual creature that was helping you move from map to map, or exactly what it was. But you play as a little character, and you can jump on the enemies to wipe them out. And then I think there was another attack that you can do on the enemies as well. But it was really interesting because the map was dynamic as you traveled, and it was dark everywhere else, but wherever you went, the map it colored itself, and it gave light to like wherever you would travel. But you would still see, I think you would still like see the enemies in the map. I can't quite remember. My memory is a little bit hazy, but
it's okay.
It was the colors. Oh my gosh, the colors were beautiful, and it was really nice because it was against a black background. And then, so any color that showed up, it was a really nice contrast. And I think anything, at least for me personally, anything against black in general, it has a very, very interesting aesthetic element about it. So something about against black as opposed to against white. Right. So
what's the game called again?
The GoNNer. It's spelled there's like some strange capitalization in there, but it's basically GoNNer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will double check to see if we can find some amazing footage. If I did, you'll probably be seeing it right now. If not, then it's not my fault.
Yeah, but the audio was I can see why I got best audio. Is a very interesting. It's so hard to describe in words. Like it kind of not to like diminish other games, but you listen to the music and you're like, wow, this is great music. But it's not just the music in GoNNer that resonated with me. It was also the sound effects. So, and it felt like it my entire being was like sucked into the game whenever I listened to the audio. It was very deep and far-reaching, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deep and far-reaching. I cannot. Well, I thought of a few puns, but I'm not gonna do them here.
Oh God.
I thought of a few puns. Let's see. I don't think I really played that many indie games except for like We Are Chicago by Culture Shock Games, and I did an indie love for it. I do recommend people playing that. Well, I recommend people playing it, but it's like one of those things where I don't know. It's really hard to describe because the story is really great, but the gameplay might not be for everyone because it's like sort of a Telltale game, and I know that's like a very niche audience because there's like no action at all, but the story is really good. So We Are Chicago. Check it out. That's all I'm gonna say.
You did finish it?
Yeah, I finished it. Yeah, I know. It took me like a month to figure out like the right words. So I was like, holy crap. I don't know how to put this without making it seem biased. Yeah.
Is the review up?
Yeah. See, it's man, I'm starting to realize it's tough making these videos and trying to.
Oh, you made a video review?
Yeah. It's tough.
Awesome. I'm watching that.
And a word. Thanks to my. You know what? Fuck. I'm just gonna say, Lauren, thank you for helping me with the writing.
You're welcome.
In the script. But yeah, that's all I played in indie wise, and Kung Fury whenever I had the chance.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Kung Fury.
Still haven't beaten my record yet. But yeah. So is that it for Indie Radar, everybody?
Yeah, this is about it.
Okay. So, folks, we're going to take a small break. And when we come back, we're getting to the next topic. So stay tuned. Hi there, guys. Welcome back. And now we're going to go into Sound Test. This is where we like to talk about any, video game scores, any video game music that you heard. And you're just like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing of all freaking time and the whole world needs to know. Sound Test. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. So, take it away.
All right. So, one of my most favorite composers of all time is Hiroyuki Sawano. So if you guys have watched any anime, if you've watched Guilty Crown or Kill la Kill, Attack on Titan, and a number of other anime, Hiroyuki Sawano composed the music for all those shows. And he also does video games. So the one soundtrack that I want to talk about is from Xenoblade Chronicles X. So, oh my gosh, my heart. It's just, his music, it's a good mix of vocals, orchestral, and electronic. So, and the way he just fuses all of the elements together, it's just, so good. So, Xenoblade Chronicles X. So the interesting thing about Hiroyuki Sawano, at least from mine, I mean, of course, when you listen to a number of composers, you can kind of recognize their little elements in the music that make you go, oh, is this person's music? Or sometimes you listen to it and you go, oh yeah, that's definitely this composer. So Hiroyuki Sawano, I can listen to his music like anywhere and not know beforehand that it was him.
Right.
Listen to it, think, oh my gosh, this is Hiroyuki Sawano. He has a very, very distinct style. So, and the first time, usually when I go on YouTube, I just kind of browse around for different soundtracks to listen to, and I didn't know beforehand that he did the music for Xenoblade Chronicles X. Mm-hmm. So when I listened to the music, I thought, wow, this sounds a lot like Hiroyuki Sawano, and sure enough, it was him. So, yeah, definitely check out that soundtrack. It's really good.
Any favorite songs that you?
Oh gosh. Okay, I really like the main menu music. It starts out with like a nice string swell sort of. Mm-hmm. And it's if you watch the video with the menu screen, you can see it just fits really well, and you're like, oh yes, I'm ready to play this game, I also I think it's called Black Tar. That one's pretty good too.
Black Tar.
Yeah. Hiroyuki Sawano. All right, and then the other soundtrack I wanted to talk about is.
Yes. No, keep going. Nope.
It's from a game called The Lady of Beastmeal Bro. So the game itself, it's quite the game. Mm-hmm. when you play it, you might not understand what exactly is going on. But the soundtrack, all right, let me talk to you about the soundtrack. So there's this one specific track called Wonder If, and it's a rap. And, you know, nowadays raps are sort of not all rap, but some rap, you know, they rap about not the nicest
Garbage.
things.
Yeah. That's hey, it's okay. Rap is ass right
You
now.
know.
Rap is asleep in the gutter.
And, you know, like some rap, I appreciate the beat, I appreciate the production, I appreciate the backing track, but at least for me, sometimes it's a little bit harder to listen to a track if the lyrics are
Oh man. Hey, so
not
this is another
about the
reason why
best
she's
of
on the show,
things.
ladies.
So, I mean, of course, I can use foul language myself to describe like what these songs are about, but I'll take the more. I'll take a different
High
approach.
road.
But anyways,
Yes.
so but wonder if this rap is about nice things, and okay, so at first I laughed when I listened to the track because I thought this is just so it was in the rap style, but it rapped about nice things, which is completely different from our rap nowadays. So instead of, you know, speaking ill or saying a lot of like sexual innuendos, this guy was like, he was praising his, I guess, future lady. You know, he's like, I don't want a Mercedes, I just want a beautiful lady. It's so great. Like I love it's not what it's obviously not the conventional type of rap, but what I love about it is that, you know, whoever wrote this, he went out of his way to write a different kind of rap. And the lyrics in it they're great. I love it. There's also another part where he goes, I want to have 2 kids, maybe a girl and a boy. Like, it's just so great because like every line you're like, what's he gonna sing about next? Because he's, you know, he's not gonna talk about like booty or whatever, right? He's just it's a very nice song. So look it up. Wonder If. It's the production level. It could be better, but you know, it's where it's at is the lyrics. I love the lyrics. So definitely check it out if you can.
Okay.
And that's what I have for the sound test.
Man. Gamer composer, you got any? Oh, wait, you don't have anything, right?
No, I thought I was gonna do the game that we discovered, or that Lauren discovered.
Oh yeah.
Oh
no,
Dino Rex Arcade, but it only had 2 tracks, so I was like, "What the heck?" Yeah, like I was disappointed. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna listen to this tonight," and it played 2 things, and I was like, "That's it," and I was so disappointed. I could be wrong. I could double check really fast to see if that is the case.
I know for a fact I haven't been listening to that many video game soundtracks, so. But I will change that. Because I need to find some nice romantic video game scores. Or relaxing. Like romantic or relaxing video game music. So, if you're any composers out there, you got any tracks like that, I would like to borrow them for something I'm going to be planning on doing. But that's it for me. What about you, game composer? You good?
I guess the tracks didn't download all the way, but they're not. No, I don't have anything.
So gamer composer messed up his tracks. And
nope, I didn't mess them up. They messed them up, and therefore we don't have anything.
Sorry. So what we're gonna do? We gonna go to the next topic, folks. So stay tuned. Hi there, guys. Welcome back. And now we're gonna begin with True Story. This is where we like to talk about any video game, you know, moments that were super crazy or moments where you did something notoriously stupid, but you feel like you want to share with it to the rest of the world. True story. So who wants to go first?
How about you, Evocutioner?
Oh, okay, whatever. All right, so I bought this game a while back called Drakengard, Drakengard 3 for the PS3, And I thought to myself, wait, hold up. Let me see if I can find the box. And I thought to myself, hey man, I need to play this game. So, all right, here it is. So I bought this game, and I decided to put in my PS3 and play it. And guess what? I had a 33-minute and 53-second install time. Yeah. I thought it was going to be like maybe 1 to 3 minutes, because that's usually how quick the PlayStation 3 is with installing games. Nope.
33 seconds, huh?
It took 33 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So the
Okey-doke.
longest I've ever waited for installing a game was 15 minutes. And I remember I wrote it down 48 seconds, but that was for installing Halo 4 on my 360. And that's because you had to install it in order to play the other disc. And even
Did
then
the
I
system
thought,
blow up?
no, it I don't know, man. I was just pissed at waiting 15 minutes. But I was like, man, I had to wait 33 minutes, 53 seconds. I was so pissed at this point. I was literally, I didn't know I had my mic on at the time, but I was talking shit at how much I was like, yo, this better be the best fucking game I've ever played in history. I better be enjoying myself. And you know what? It actually was. So far, I'm enjoying the story, and the gameplay is actually really nice.
All that wait for some nice reward.
I know. I was
Finish.
like, I was ready to hate it. I was going there like, yo, I'm gonna so fucking hate this game. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, I literally said to myself, this game is like Devil May Cry mixed with Dragon Quest Heroes.
Did you finish?
I am almost done. I am on chapter 3, verse 1. I'm not going to spoil the game, but I'm pretty almost done. The game has a lot of replayability, but the game kind of seems short, but it's got a lot of replayability. So I feel like that's what makes up for it. But man, I'm liking this game. True story. So I never really thought I would say this, but good things come to those who wait in games.
I also want to say this. Don't wait for computers, loading screens, time bars, installations. Something one of my bosses has taught me. He said in 2016, he's like, my new resolution is I'm not waiting for loading bars. So don't wait for load screens. Why should you? You're a human. You don't have to sit there and look at the loaded screen. Let that shit wait on you. Like, you come back to it.
Okay, but I didn't expect it to be 33 minutes and 53 seconds.
Go freaking write an article. Go watch some, Shadow of War stuff. Like, I don't know. Like,
Well, I mean, I did other work
finish
at
an
the
episode
time.
of an anime.
Well,
or
who said
a
I just
season, if
literally
that.
sat there for 33 minutes staring at the TV? No, I went to go do other shit, but it was just like, I didn't like the fact that every time I went to go do something, I came back, I'm like, you're still loading?
Look,
I'm typing a
gotta say is
paper
this.
and I look to the left. You're still loading. I go
That's
to the
good.
bathroom, take a shower, come back, and I'm like,
Yeah, let us do his thing. Yeah, it's fine. We live in the age of technology loading, so.
I thought you were going to say something else, but.
at this point, I could have went on a trip, came back, and it would have still been loading. Could have went to GDC and came back, it still would have probably been loading.
Damn, now the business is being given.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, Square Enix is lucky that I'm enjoying the game, because I almost came to the point where I was like, yo, fuck this shit. But,
Square Enix mostly delivers, I must say.
yeah, definitely delivered with this one. Dragons on Dragons. So, that's my true story. Except for more Overwatch shit that happened. But now I'm going to start playing Shadow of Mordor. So, maybe you'll hear some more Shadow of
Yay.
Mordor shit.
Can you platinum it though?
Do I want to platinum that? That's the real question.
I don't know. I guess it depends.
Because I don't really care that much about trophies or achievements.
I don't either, but that one is like, you know what? I'm gonna finish the hell out of this game because it's not enough. I need more. It's not enough. I need more.
We all know about your love of Shadow of War.
No, Claymore reference. I need more.
No, what you need.
Now I'm in love with Claymore. All right, Claire, holler at me when they decide to finish you.
Oh my gosh.
I will be waiting for my heart to be one with you. Confessions.
These are his confessions.
No, not the song. No.
Gamer Composer
No.
got hit with that late night text one day. Anyway. Go. Someone else.
I don't even know. No, that doesn't even count anymore. Oh man, I'll get depressed.
Someone else go.
Oh.
Who's got a true stuff?
Okay.
Someone else go.
Jace, did you have one?
Nah, I'm too sad.
Okay.
He did. He gave us his confession, man.
True. Yeah. True story.
True story. Yeah, see? Yeah.
No.
Yes.
For a second, when you were talking about 33 minutes and 53 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about, like, oh, man, this battle lasted for, like, 33 minutes and 53, but no.
Nope. That was...
Didn't even start playing the game yet.
I know the installation for... Oh, it just escaped me. The installation for Ni no Kuni is really long.
Oh.
And the opening is about 3 hours.
That's fine. I can do an opening for 3 hours. I don't want to do an installation for 3 hours.
Well, don't get the first generation PS3 because that's what that would be.
I have the second generation. Look, it's
You
all
got over.
retros. It should still work, man. Come on. You would think they would improve the retro out there? Lauren, go. Go before I get more depressed.
Okay. So, I'm actually going to pull back a little bit of GDC. And so, there's this one game called Hyper Brawl. And it was the version that we played was a 2 versus 2 battle. So Hyper Brawl is basically, think of soccer, but with your hands. Mm-hmm. And you just throw the ball into the goal as if you were to kick a soccer ball into the goal. But the thing that made this game interesting was you can punch and kick people to make them let go of the ball. And then you run up to the ball and you grab it and you try to throw it in their goal. So it's 2 versus 2. I was playing with my friend Aaron. We were on the same team and we were playing against 2 other gentlemen. So it was a best 2 out of 3. The first round we lost 9-0.
Whoa.
It was really bad. So Aaron and I were like, all right, change of game plans. So I decided to play more of a goalie role. And starting from there, we got more used to the controls and we started doing better. So we won the round after that. So then it was 1-1.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then the next round they won. The next round after that we won. So now it was 2-2. And this was going to be the last round that would determine who would win the game. So the entire time it was intense. And every time like Aaron and I made a goal, we were like, yes! And like we gave each other high fives. But so the last match, we ended within the game itself. We ended with the same score, and then the text came up, sudden death, and we're like, oh my gosh, what does that mean? Like, what do we have to do now? Like, do we just punch each other and then that's it, or like what happens? And then one of the people there who was helping demo the game said, oh, it's just the last goal wins. So we're like, oh my gosh, so we're like all hyped up. And it was so intense. Like the ball was like going back and forth between the field, and we're just like, who's gonna win? And Aaron and I, we were just like mashing the controllers. And there was this one point where they almost shot the ball into our goal, but I caught it.
Yeah.
And then I think I like passed it to Aaron or something, but we watched the ball go into their goal, and we were just like, yes! And I remember putting down the control so that way I wouldn't like step on it or like ruin it or anything. I like jumped up, and Aaron's like 6'4", 6'5" or something. He's a tall dude. So I jumped up, hugged him, he swung me around, and somewhere in the middle of that, I banged my shin on something. I don't know what. I banged it on something. I woke up the next day with a scrape on my leg and a huge bruise. Like I sent Gamer Composer a text. I was like, dude, I have this huge bruise on my leg from playing a game. And it was just, oh man, Hyper Brawl. It was definitely a Hyper Brawl.
True story.
True story. I think I still have the scrape on my... Yeah, I still have the bruise is gone, but the scrape is still on my leg.
So the question is, who did you hit?
I don't know what happened because I didn't realize it at the time, and I didn't know about this grievous wound I acquired until the next day.
That means you knocked somebody the fuck out. True story.
So that's how excited I was about winning a game.
Oh my gosh. Is that it?
Yes.
We're good? We're good? Oh my gosh. All right, folks. We're gonna take a small break so we can regroup.
I think I have a true story.
Oh, now you have a true story? What happened to... Oh, I don't have one. Now you have one?
I thought about it, and I just remembered. It's kind of brief. So basically, I was on the flight back from GDC, and I didn't get to play the PSP. I always kind of overpack every time. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna play 7 games. Like last year, I brought the PlayStation 1 with me and the Vita, not the Vita, the PSP games and all that other stuff. And I don't even think I played all of those things I said I was gonna play because I always just end up talking, which is what I'm supposed to be doing anyway. And so on the flight back, I actually played Exit, and I mentioned this game before, and I got back into it, and because I was like, I'm gonna try and beat this, it's on my beat list, and I really enjoy that game a lot. It's an escape artist game, and you're just trying to pick up the people around you to get out of the building that you're in, but it's like a puzzle of some sort to do it. You have to pick up items and put out fires, or make people push big safes. I don't know. Needless to say,
yeah,
I haven't played in I think months, like over 6 to 9 months, and I picked it up and I got right back into it, and so well that I almost finished the entire stage, and I think there's 10 levels of stage. So I finished about 5 or 6 stages, and I had some really good time. I even got 100 on one of those. And this is a Japanese game. It's made by Taito, and you need a lot of patience because some people with the mechanics, it really is slow. But I was shocked to, 1, be dealing with that type of pacing again, 2, be able to pick that up so well, because it's kind of hard when you don't play games for a while. You're like, how do I play this again? I dealt with that a lot last year and the year before, and I'm sure you do too, Evocutioner, and maybe you too, Brioche. But true story, I beat 5 or 6 stages before I even landed. So that's within the course of less than an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are brand new puzzles. Never played them before, and yeah, because I believe I try to get through. It seems like whenever I finish a stage, I take a break. And it's a long break, and then I get back into it again. But that means that I have 3 stages left before I finish the game completely. So I don't know when that will be, but I'm almost done with, I think, stage 7. So yeah.
All right. True story.
True story.
Nice.
Right. Well, Gamer Composer, I'm glad you didn't get so excited that you knocked somebody out or almost crashed.
No, I was actually playing the game on the plane. I think I know why Greg Miller always posts those pictures. It actually calmed me down a lot. I just didn't care. It's just really, I was sad coming home, and I was like, I just need to just distract myself. Listening to stuff doesn't really help too much. But I was so engaged in puzzle solving, which I kind of relate to life, that it was just getting through it. So, yeah, that's that.
True story.
True story. No knocking people out on the plane. That's how you get hurt.
All right, folks. So
we're going to take a small break, and when we come back, we will be doing what?
You already know, man. We're going to wrap it up. So stay tuned. Hi there, guys. Welcome back. And unfortunately, it's that time of the show where we have to say goodbye. But before we do, you already know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. It's time for Selfless Plugins. Go. Somebody better plug some stuff in, man. Y'all always find that funny.
Check out the article on Equity Arcade for the reality write-up. We're gonna be getting some more soon, I believe. You guys are probably gonna be sick of me soon because I'm about to give the internet the business with my marketing plan I've been working on for over a year. But book 2 is out, and
Yes, it is.
more music is going to be made, and it's going to be good. And I am officially moving off Facebook for personal things, and I'm only going to be having my professional Facebook page, Chase Bethea Audio Virtuosity. We posting all the updates on that. So if you're not on Facebook and I'm not on Instagram, I'm not going to be posting it. I'm only on Twitter. So at Chase Bethea, you're going to find out all the updates about what's going on with me there.
Damn.
And like I said, the official Facebook page. So I'm making that an internet announcement now.
Damn,
I've been
Chase
telling
is taking
people
his
individually,
talents off
but
of Facebook.
not officially.
No,
just
he's taking
the
his
personal
talents.
Facebook page. The professional page will have all the other stuff on there.
No, he's taking his talents off of Facebook, moving to Twitter.
Okay. Well, I do enjoy Twitter more. It's funny because as I look through all my trading cards from GDC, everyone on here has a Twitter handle. Almost every single card I got has one.
I don't have
Dang. You weren't there.
How do you know?
Because I would have hung out with you. That's why.
Maybe I didn't want you to see me.
Maybe
Oh,
he avoided
bullshit.
you the entire time.
Yeah.
Way to go, brother. Way to go.
You're welcome.
Some friend you are.
Thank you. It's time for someone else's plug-in.
Who, One Piece?
I'm gonna.
Well, sure. Yeah,
Oh,
that's it. Yo, shout outs to Luffy. You know, Straw Hat Crew. No,
Just starts, like, talking.
Lauren.
I'm gonna. I mean, I am working on some stuff, but for now, I'm gonna just.
Hush,
I'm
hush.
gonna keep it on the down low.
Okay.
Until more news comes up. So.
That was the quickest plug-in. No, actually, no, I take that back. Chase had the quickest plug-in. He just said his name and that's it. Yo. I will have the update for the Twitter. Tweet. The website. I'm thinking of doing some changes. So it might not be the chroniclesofgamers.com anymore. It might be the chroniclesofgamers.wordpress.com for a little while. So I'm trying to see if I can make the website better. Try to add some stuff. Or if I'm trying to see if like it would be better on WordPress or what's that other site? Squarespace. I'm trying to decide between the two. So I'm gonna do some research on that. But I'm taking it. The website's still gonna be there, but it's gonna be a blog. So we're still there. So it'll probably be the chroniclesofgamers.wordpress.com. Not the chroniclesofgamers.com.
No.
But that's because I'm trying to decide if I want to take my talents to Squarespace or if I want to stay on WordPress. I definitely don't want to
stay on WordPress.
GoDaddy. I'm not doing GoDaddy.com. So
GoDaddy, go no.
no, GoDaddy, hell no. So yeah. So that'll be happening. But I do have an official stream time. I will now be streaming Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays around 5:30 till 11:30.
Yes, he's back,
EST?
ladies and gentlemen.
Central.
Central. Okay.
Yeah. So I will be streaming Overwatch. I will be streaming I don't like Street Fighter 5 anymore because I tried it. I can't do it. So I think I'm gonna move that with Shadow of Mordor. So I'm putting that in.
Oh, I'm watching this.
So I'm starting over with Shadow of Mordor, and I'm going to do King of Fighters. And I'll be doing this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'll make the update on the blog. And
What about Yakuza?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
No Yakuza?
Oh yeah.
Because you didn't finish that.
No, I did not.
Oh yeah.
You're right. Should I go back to laying hands? Well, I mean, I guess the Yakuza. I guess I'll bring it back.
Do what you want.
Yeah. So,
But I will be tuning in for that Shadow of Mordor to see how you do.
but those two will. So I guess the guarantee games will definitely be Overwatch and King of Fighters, and then I'll probably just switch out between Yakuza and Shadow of Mordor. So yeah. So if you guys want to see the stream, check out twitch.tv /Chronicles of Gamers channel. You can watch me stream. I'm gonna try and get some people on. You might hear Lauren one day or Chase one day, just talking as I get my ass kicked.
Like I was making dinner that one time.
Yeah, he was making dinner on stream. That was really nice. we were just playing, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just making dinner, just cooking."
I kind of dig that though. I don't know if anybody else like that. I don't think people really care.
Well, I mean, I think
to hear that.
I think people care because I mean,
No, they care. They don't want to hear that.
What, cooking dinner?
Yeah, they don't like. We don't give a shit about you cooking dinner, dude. We want to see you go some games.
Yo, you're watching me play games as we're talking about dinner, and then you'll sometimes hear me say, "Save me, Santa." But yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna be happening. So by the time you watch
and
this,
stay tuned for Guess Who's Got Tens, yo. We're a month into something behind.
Oh yeah, man, we just gotta wait till April. We gotta do April.
What?
Dude, everything's out now. What's you can just
We do the results. We have to stick to the plan.
Yeah, but the problem is we didn't do March. Remember?
Okay, well you gotta do it on the next episode then.
Yeah,
and then
that's
we
why I
can
said
catch
we're
up.
moving to April.
But you still have to catch up from the old episodes to tell the results.
Yeah,
and then we can do
I know
the new
we're gonna
ones.
do February's next episode, but we can't do March because by the time we do March will be officially over.
Yeah, I understand that.
So-
I'm just saying, make sure you do the February.
No, we're gonna do February,
Okay.
and then we're gonna do April on the next
All right.
episode.
All right.
All right. Goodness gracious, with great balls of fire! Trust me, I did not forget about Guess Who's Got Tenjo. All right.
But guess who has got tens, yo?
Well, clearly it's me because
You lost last time.
that's okay. But I won the Dice Award, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Tune in next time
Yeah.
to the Chronicles of Gamers podcast, where we will be discussing the results of everything and duking it out as we usually do. Thanks for pressing the play button. Thank you, hosts and co-hosts, and all those other show notes from the show boats.
So are we out of here?
We are out of here.
I guess so.
All right. So stay lit.
Deuces.
See you later. Or smell you later. Ayy.